Good morning students. This is 11th standard botany video class, video 11. In this video, we are going to continue the lesson Living World. Dear students, in the previous video class, we have seen life processes in bacteria, that is respiration and nutrition. Dear students, bacteria is a living thing which are doing two important mode of metabolic activities. One is respiration, another one is the nutrition. Respiration means taking in oxygen and liberate out carbon dioxide. So that bacteria which are doing two mode of respiration, aerobic respiration, that is in the presence of oxygen, the respiration is taken place. Another one, anaerobic respiration, in the absence of oxygen, respiration is taken place. Some kind of bacteria, they must have oxygen to survive. Those bacteria is named as obligate aerobes. Example, Micrococcus is the important 2-mark question. Another important 2-mark question is facultative anaerobes. That means some of the bacteria which can able to grow either in the presence of oxygen, that is aerobic environment, or it may be modified the aerobic environment into anaerobic environment and produce the energy by the fermentation process and showing the growth development. But it caused the problem in the host organism. For example, in our abdominal cavity, we are having E. coli bacteria. These bacteria which utilized or consume all the oxygen which is present in the abdominal cavity and change the aerobic condition into anaerobic condition and do the fermentation process to produce energy and showing the growth development in the intestinal region and also cause disease in the abdominal cavity. Example, E. coli bacteria, that is Escherichia coli, and Salmonella typhi bacteria. Another bacteria must have carbon dioxide for their growth and development. Those bacteria is named as capnophilic bacteria. Example, Campylobacter. Then the another topic is nutrition, taking food material inside or preparing the food material is named as nutrition, divided into autotrophic and autotrophic. Autotrophic again divided into photoautotrophic and chemoautotrophic. Photoautotrophic, they are utilizing the sunlight and colored pigment. They are doing the photosynthesis process and preparing the food material. This photoautotropic divided into photolithotraps and photoorganotraps. Photolithotraps means they are taking or they are preparing food material from the inorganic substances. In the inorganic substances, which one is act as a donor? The hydrogen is act as a donor. It is divided into two types, green sulfur and purple sulfur bacteria. Green sulfur bacteria, the hydrogen donor is hydrogen sulfide, which contains bacterioviridin pigment, and they are preparing the food material. In purple sulfur bacteria, the hydrogen donor is thiosulfate. It contains the pigment bacteriochlorophyll, and they are preparing the food material. That is said to be photolithotraps. Another one, photoorganotraps. The hydrogen donor is organic substance, that is organic acid or alcohol, to prepare the food material. Example, purple non-sulfur bacteria. Another one, chemoautotrophic bacteria. That means the bacteria which are preparing food material, either organic or inorganic substances. It is also divided into two types. One is chemolithotraps, another one is the chemoorganotraps. Chemolithotraps means They are obtain energy from the inorganic substances. The different examples of chemolithotraps are sulfur bacteria, iron bacteria, hydrogen bacteria, and nitrifying bacteria. Another one, chemoorganotraps. The bacteria oxidize organic substance to release energy. Example, methane bacteria, acetic acid bacteria, and lactic acid bacteria. So those are all the different types of autotrophic nutrition in bacteria. The another broad division is heterotrophic nutrition in bacteria. That is, they do not have any pigment, colored pigment. So they are doing the parasitic mode of nutrition and saprophytic mode of nutrition, dead and decayed matter. Parasite means living on the other organism. Saprophytic nutrition means they are taking food material from the dead and decayed matter. அழுகிய பொருள்ல இருந்து, இறந்து போன பொருள்ல இருந்து, it's taking the food material. Another one, symbiotic mode of nutrition. That means mutually understanding. That is, both the organisms are beneficial. Example, leguminous plants. Dear students, up to this only we have seen in the previous video class. Today, we are going to see the reproduction in bacteria. Dear students, bacteria is the prokaryotic unicellular organism. You already studied the definition in the previous video class. This bacteria which reproduced by asexual mode of reproduction. It is divided into three types: binary fission, conidia formation, and endospore formation. So these are all the three types of asexual reproduction. First, we are going to see the binary fission. Bi, which means two. That means at the center of the bacteria, it has only one nucleoid or incipient nucleus. That incipient nucleus, which is divided into two, followed by the bacterial cell wall is also divided into two, which forms the two daughter nuclei. That fission, that type of reproduction is called binary fission. This is the common type of asexual reproduction which is seen in the bacteria. This one you already studied in 10th standard reproduction lesson. So the same one we are going to see in this lesson also. Binary fission. So bacteria which are producing two daughter cells during unfavorable condition. I already told you what is unfavorable condition. One of the environmental factor is absent. That condition is called unfavorable condition. So during unfavorable condition, the incipient nuclei or nucleoid which is present at the center of the bacteria, which undergo division. At the time, a median partition is also produced at the center of the bacterial wall. Finally, the median partitions are joined together and separate the nucleus into two, and which forms the two daughter cells. That type of asexual reproduction is called binary fission. Dear students, this is the diagram which are showing the binary fission type of asexual reproduction in bacteria. See the first diagram. This is the bacterial cell. It contains outermost layer glycocalyx, then inner orange color cell wall, then dark blue color or peacock color, that is said to be the plasma membrane. Then the light blue color is the cytoplasm. At the center they are having incipient nucleus or nucleoid, first formed nuclear-like material without nuclear membrane. That is the nucleoid, which is red in color, which is single-stranded, finely coiled. நல்லா சுருண்டு இருக்கு. That is said to be the nucleoid or incipient nucleus, which contains the DNA. Okay. So this, the second stage, the nucleus or a nucleoid which is present at the center undergo division. A single nucleus which is divided into two, followed by at the cell wall is also grow towards the center on both the sides. Cell wall is also growing towards the center. So the median partition is produced between the two nucleus. So the nucleoid is also separated. Cell wall is growing towards the center at the middle of the bacterial cell. So the third diagram which shows a partition is located between the two nucleus, newly formed nucleus. Finally, both the bacterial cells are separated. So they are produced the two daughter cells. That's why it's said to be binary fission. Bi. So single nucleus which produce the two daughter cells. That is said to be binary fission. So this is the common type of asexual reproduction which seen in all the bacteria. Dear students, another type of asexual reproduction is endospore formation. Like binary fission, this endospore formation is also taken place during unfavorable condition. The bacteria which are produce a oval shaped structure or a spherical shaped structure is called endospores. So these endospores are produced in certain types of bacteria named Bacillus megaterium and Bacillus sphaericus. The another one, Clostridium tetani, are the three bacteria which producing the endospore formation. What is endospore? So endospore is a thick-walled resting spore. ஓய்வு எடுக்குது, தூங்கிட்டே இருக்கும். எப்போ? During unfavorable condition. The entire content of the bacteria which is shrunken and modified into, அப்படியே சுருங்கி அதோட ஷேப்பே மாறிடும், which is oval in shape or circular in shape, which contains all the bacterial content inner side, and the wall of the bacteria is modified into thick. That spores are called endospore. During favorable condition, எல்லாமே ஃபேவராக வந்துருச்சு. At that time, this endospore developed into new bacteria. That type of reproduction is called endospore formation. Dear students, see the diagram. This is the endospore. The entire bacterial content which are modified into oval shaped structure during unfavorable condition, that is called endospore. The endospore which contains outermost thick wall. At the center they are having the bacterial content with a nucleus. So this endospore which take rest certain period, ஓய்வு எடுத்துக்கும். எப்போ? During unfavorable condition. When the favorable condition comes, the thick-walled endospore which is developed into new bacteria. So that is said to be endospore formation in bacteria. This is the other type of asexual mode of reproduction. Dear students, up to this we have seen different methods of asexual reproduction in bacteria, that is binary fission and endospore formation, which has taken place during unfavorable condition. Another one, sexual reproduction. So the sexual reproduction is taken place by the fusion of or union of two gametes. It's normally is a general process of sexual reproduction. There is a fusion of gametes, but the gamete is absent in the bacteria because it is a lower plants prokaryotic cell unicellular organism. There is no advanced organs which is present in the plant body or bacterial cell body. So there is no fusion of gametes, but the bacteria which are showing sexual mode of reproduction. How the sexual mode of reproduction taken place? By the transformation of genetic material which is present at the center of the bacteria. What is that one? Nucleoid or incipient nucleus which contains the DNA. This DNA acts as a genetical material. This DNA only transfer from one bacterium to another. So the first bacterium which are donating the DNA is named as donor. Those who are receiving the DNA is named as recipient. யார் கொடுக்குறாங்களோ டிஎன்ஏவை அதுக்கு பேர் donor bacterium. Those who are getting யார் வாங்குறாங்களோ that bacterium is named as recipient bacterium. Likewise, the genetic material transformation and recombination is taken place. Thus, the sexual reproduction in bacteria is divided into three types. One is the conjugation, second one transformation, and transduction. So these are all the three methods of sexual reproduction in bacteria. First, we are going to see conjugation. So this method was first demonstrated by two scientists. One is Lederberg and Edward L. Tatum. They observed this type of sexual reproduction, that is conjugation, in E. coli bacteria in the year 1946. In this method of conjugation, the donor bacterium, what is the donor bacterium? The bacteria which are going to donate the DNA is named as donor bacterium, which is get attached to the recipient bacterium. What is the recipient bacterium? Those who are receiving the DNA with the help of the pili which is present at the surface of the bacteria. That is gram-negative bacteria. We already studied pili or fimbriae which is present in the gram-negative bacteria only. What is gram-negative bacteria? The bacteria which loses their crystal violet color and modified into red color when we are applying the safranin. Under the microscope, the bacteria which are showing the red color, that bacteria is named as gram-negative bacteria. So here, the donor bacterium which is attached to the recipient bacterium with the help of the pili. This pili which forms the small canal or a tube between donor and the recipient bacterium. So the pili which is grow in size and forms a small tube between the donor and the recipient bacterium named as conjugation tube. The plasmid of the donor cell, normally the bacteria which are having the extra chromosomal circular self-replicating autonomous element is named as plasmid. They are having the double-stranded DNA, isn't it? So the plasmid of a donor cell which has the factor called F1 factor or F plus factor named as fertility factor undergoes replication. So the single stranded of plasmid which is transferred to the recipient bacterium through the conjugation tube. Once the single strand which enter into the recipient bacterium, the structure of the DNA is multiplied and produce the newly formed DNA elements. That is said to be conjugation method of sexual reproduction in bacteria. Dear students, see the diagram. First one is the bacteria which is act as a donor. Another one is the recipient bacterium. So donor bacterium which are having two type of chromosome. One is the bacterial chromosome which is called circular in structure. Another one, the green color, small circular double stranded, rendu round irukku parunga, double stranded extra chromosome is called a plasmid. So this plasmid which contains the fertility factor named F plus. Then the body of the bacteria which are having the fimbriae or pili. So this pili which elongates and grow in size, and when attached to the recipient bacterium to form a small canal or a tube between the donor cell as well as the recipient cell, F plus and F minus cell. Through the canal or a tube, one strand of a plasmid which pass through the recipient bacterium, and once it enter into the recipient bacteria, it produce another strand and also bacterial DNA. Now both the bacterium are separated and produce the two daughter bacterium with a F cell daughter, F cell, that is F plus cell. That type of sexual reproduction is called conjugation type of sexual reproduction in bacteria. Dear students, I hope have you all understood what is conjugation method of reproduction. So two bacterium, one of them act as a donor, another one is the recipient. Donor which are having the bacterial chromosome and plasmid. The plasmid is double stranded. The donor pili which forms the conjugation tube. Through the tube, a single strand of plasmid which is enter into the recipient bacterium and produce another strand and also bacterial chromosome. The wall of the conjugation tube destroys and separate the two bacterial cell with the F plus cell, that is fertility factor with the bacterial chromosome. That type of reproduction is called a conjugation. That was proposed by two scientists, Lederberg and Tatum. The another type of reproduction is transformation. What is transformation? So name itself, the answer is there. Transfer of DNA from one bacterium to another is called transformation. So this method was first observed by the bacteriologist named Frederick Griffith. He demonstrated this type of sexual reproduction in mice, that is Ellie, using the bacteria named Diplococcus pneumoniae. That means a bacteria which cause pneumonial fever. That bacteria is named as Diplococcus pneumoniae. So with the help of this bacteria, Frederick proved this transformation, sexual reproduction in mice. So this Diplococcus pneumonia bacteria, which contains two strain, one strain produces the smooth colonies and are virulent. Virulent means disease causing. So one strain which contains smooth colonies, surface ரொம்ப ஸ்மூத்தா இருக்கும், but it is virulent. Virulent means disease causing, நோயை உண்டாக்கூடியது. Another strain is R strain, which contains rough colonies, but they are avirulent. That means that bacteria, that strain does not cause diseases. Avirulent. That means absence of disease causing genes. Okay. So first type is named as S type, that is smooth type. Second one is named as R type or rough type. So first Frederick, he has injected S type of cell into the mice. So Frederick injected S type of strain into the mouse. The what will happen? The mouse died. Why the mouse died? Because the S type of cell which is virulent. Virulent means what is that one? Disease causing genes are present in the S strain. Okay. So the mouse died. Then Frederick injected R type of cell to the mouse. The mouse survived. That means live. Alive. So what will happen? The R strain is known as avirulent. Does not cause disease in the organism. So the mouse survived. That is alive. உயிரோட இருக்கு. Then the next experiment, he injected killed S-type cells into the mouse. The S-type strains என்ன பண்ணாரு? Heat பண்ணிட்டு then he injected into the mouse. The mouse did not die. So heat பண்ணி போடும் பொழுது என்ன பண்ணல? The strain does not cause any kind of pneumonia disease. So that mouse did not die. Next, the fourth experiment, Frederick mixed the heat-killed S-type with the R strain. In the last experiment, Frederick mixed the heat-killed S-type cells and R-type cells were injected to the mouse. The mouse died. என்ன பண்ணாரு? Heat-killed S-type with the R-type cell, both injected to the body of the mouse. What happened? The mouse died. So at that time, Frederick observed that the heat-killed S strain having the virulent gene is transferred to the R-type cell. அதுக்கு போயிடுது. போனோடனே the R-type avirulent strain which is modified into virulent. So இப்போ அந்த heat-killed S-type avirulent-ஆ இருந்துச்சு. அதில் இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த ஜீன்லாம் எங்கே போயிடுச்சு? DNA transfer to the R-type செல்லுக்கு போயிடுச்சு. அப்போ R-type என்னவோ மாடிஃபை ஆகிடுச்சு, which is modified into virulent, that is disease causing செல்லாம் மாறிடுச்சு. So that's why the mouse died. So the conclusion was given by Frederick in the remaining lines. The avirulent rough strain of Diplococcus had been transformed into S-type cells. The hereditary material of the heat-killed S-type cells are transformed to the R-type cell. So when he mixed both the types, heat-killed S-type cell and R-type cell, the avirulent type of gene which is transferred to the heat-killed type of S, the virulent gene of the S-type cell which is transferred to the R-type cell. So what will happen? The mouse died. So thus the phenomenon of changing the character of one strain by transferring the DNA of another strain into the former is called transformation. That's why in the first line of this method they given transfer of DNA from one bacterium to another bacterium is called transformation. Here what will happen? The R-type A virulent gene which is transferred to the killed S-type cell. The virulent S-type cell which is transferred to the R-type cell. That is said to be transformation. Dear students, one important 2-mark question is there. What is transformation? What is the answer? The phenomenon of changing the character of one strain by transferring the DNA of another strain into the former previous one is named as transformation. Dear students, see the diagram. This is the diagram which are proving the Frederick Griffith experiment. First one, R strain. R strain is avirulent, does not cause disease. Injected to the mouse lives. In the second stage, he injected virulent S strain, that is smooth strain. The mouse dies. In the third one, he injected heat-killed S strain. The mouse lives. The last one, he mixed the R strain and heat-killed S strain. What will happen? The mouse dies. That means the heat-killed S strain which is transferred to the R strain which is virulent. The R strain gene A virulent transferred to the S strain. That's why the mouse dies. In the fourth experiment, which proves the transfer of one strain to the another strain of DNA which cause changes in the former one is named as transformation. Dear students, this is the another type of sexual reproduction in bacteria. Remaining, we will see in the next video class. God bless you. All the best, children.